Hello and welcome to Timeline Off Tales. On September 9, 1999, Moscow was shattered by a massive explosion on Guryanov Street. The blast tore a 9-story apartment building in half, killing 100 people as they slept. In the following days, more bombs struck Moscow, Volgodonsk, and Buynaksk. Over 300 dead, nearly 1,000 injured. Fear swept the country. People patrolled their neighborhoods, checked basements, and eyed each other with suspicion. The government, led by a weakened Boris Yeltsin, blamed Chechen terrorists almost immediately. State media echoed this narrative, leaving no room for doubt. The message Russia was under attack and needed a strong leader. The bombings didn't just destroy buildings, they shattered the nation's sense of security. Russians were desperate for order, willing to pay any price for safety. The chaos created the perfect environment for a new kind of politics. The stage was set for someone who could harness this fear. The nation was about to meet that man. The cost of their newfound security would soon become clear. Russia in the late 1990s was in crisis. Economy in ruins, crime rampant, and hope fading. President Yeltsin, once a symbol of change, was now seen as weak and corrupt. In August 1999, Yeltsin appointed Vladimir Putin, a little-known former KGB agent, as prime minister. Putin had no public profile and a mere 2% approval rating. He was a product of the security services, quiet, calculating, and loyal to the state. As bombs exploded across Russia, Putin emerged as a blank slate onto which a terrified nation projected its hopes. He wasn't tainted by the chaos of the Yeltsin years. The crisis gave him a platform, and he was ready to seize it. The unknown bureaucrat was about to become Russia's most powerful man. Amid the terror, a strange event unfolded in Ryazan. Residents spotted suspicious sacks in their building's basement. Police confirmed they contained the same explosives used in the Moscow bombings. The suspects, caught soon after, were not Chechen militants, but FSB agents. Moscow claimed it was a training exercise, contradicting local bomb squad findings. Evidence vanished, investigations were shut down, and records sealed for decades. Many saw this as a failed false flag operation, state terror disguised as enemy attack. The Ryazan incident raised chilling questions about who was truly behind the bombings. The official story was never seriously challenged in Russia. With fear gripping the nation, Putin stepped forward as the tough leader Russia craved. He promised to hunt down terrorists, even in the outhouse, using raw, vengeful language that resonated with the public. The bombings became the pretext for a brutal new war in Chechnya. State media showed tanks rolling and jets bombing, painting Putin as a decisive commander. His approval rating soared from obscurity to the nation's most popular politician. On New Year's Eve, Yeltsin resigned, naming Putin acting president. Putin quickly won the March 2000 election, one of his first acts, granting Yeltsin and his family immunity from prosecution. Putin and his allies consolidated power, taking control of Russia's wealth and silencing dissent. Oligarchs who resisted were jailed or exiled. The fear from the bombings was transformed into political and economic dominance. In just months, Putin became Russia's undisputed ruler. The era of the strongman had begun. The 1999 bombings became the blueprint for Putin's rule: exploit crisis, create fear, identify an enemy, and use war to consolidate power. This playbook has been repeated for decades, from Beslan to the Crocus City Hall attack, and now, Ukraine. Each crisis fueled more centralization, more repression, and more war. The Second Chechen War made Putin president. The presidency gave him control of Russia's vast resources. That wealth modernized the military, which he unleashed on Ukraine in 2022. The disregard for civilian life seen in 1999 echoes in today's conflicts. The cycle of violence and manipulation, begun that September, continues unbroken. The truth about the bombings remains buried, because exposing it would undermine the very foundation of Putin's power. The ghosts of 1999 still haunt Russia, their shadows stretching to the battlefields of Ukraine. Understanding those nights is key to understanding Russia today. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share.